Imagine we could travel back in time 1,000 years. The Asian world is still young and civilization fragile. You arrive with one chance to bring a single idea or technology that would change everything. What would you choose? A smartphone? A book of scientific laws? Have you ever thought about this? The one invention that would alter history is not a gadget, it's a system. A way to ensure that every healthy human being, regardless of status, could prosper on their own. Today, prosperity still feels like a game of chance. Teachers earn almost 30% less than professionals with similar education. Caregivers in the United States average $11 an hour. And even when not a perfect indicator, the world GDP per capita in 2024 was about $13,000 per person per year, averaging the elders in poor countries with the richest in the richest country. And even when we've made amazingly in this regard, bringing people out of poverty at a global level, it's obviously not enough as the human population growth, which is to me the ultimate indicator, is shrinking. In the United States, women were projected to have 1.6 children on average in 2025. And globally, fertility has fallen in every region since the 1950s. Countries have tried cash incentives, tax breaks, subsidized childcare, yet there is little to no evidence that any of these policies increase birth rates. So, is this the way we're going extinct? There are many reasons for this collapse in birth rates, in my opinion. A decent home often means decades of debt. If we were to estimate the percentage of humans that own a house globally, I believe we would be super surprised. And this comes from the most advanced species on Earth. So yes, we have gotten to a point in which a perfectly healthy human being, for many reasons, can't build their own shelter. Makes me wonder how many other species have the same issue. And just like housing, there are other indicators, of course. For example, trust in the government is eroding. 83% of Americans support term limits for lawmakers. It tells you its own story, right? Okay, now consider this. What if prosperity were designed like an interface? What if there were an engine, a combination of material, energy, and governance that anyone could access? This is the Universal Prosperity Engine, and at its heart, it has four interlocking systems. The first system is the Matter Engine. Using water-soluble materials like Timeplast and the Manifestor, which is an AI-driven 3D printer, individuals could build a home fast and inexpensively themselves. No mortgage, no debt. You print and expand the shelter you need. The second system would be the Energy Engine. String Cubed and Timeplast have created a photovoltaic filament that's 3D printable. For example, this is one approach that I have personally taken to help build the Universal Prosperity Engine. And we all know how feasibly solar energy can be the main and only source of power for our homes. Each individual home generating its own power and treating its own water. Let's say the desalination filament that we have also invented. The Incentive Engine. Life becomes a game. Everyone starts at level 0, and you level up by completing quests, growing food, teaching, caregiving, designing, mediating conflicts, participating in collective engineering quests, and much more. Survival quests guarantee your essentials, but growth quests unlock luxuries and leadership. You can't game the system because contribution is the currency. And of course, any given individual cannot just dump a ton of contribution, right? The Governance Engine. the US Constitution, a proven foundation that protects rights, food, shelter, health, privacy. Public servants serve only 8 years in this iteration, and their meetings and calls are all public. Teachers and caregivers are treated as infrastructure and compensated accordingly. Parents are rewarded. Reproduction isn't coerced but supported because we know low fertility is threatening our future. So in this scenario, prosperity isn't granted by banks or inherited wealth. It's earned by contribution and guaranteed by the system. That is the irrefutable logic. When everyone is empowered to contribute meaningfully and their basic needs are decoupled from debt, only then society thrives. If you were to travel far into the future, let's say 1,000 years, which is the reverse mental exercise to the one that we proposed in the beginning of the video, the most striking difference, I think, wouldn't be flying cars, wouldn't be the cure of cancer or elixir of the eternal youth. I think that we will be surprised because it would be that prosperity is universal. Young minds are drawn not by fear or scarcity, but by the thrill of leveling up. Martial arts programs improve cognition and discipline in at-risk youth. In our singular city, lightsaber training, not just self-defense, is a symbol of a society that values discipline and fun. As modules multiply and float on the sea, the universal prosperity engine scales. It becomes Earth's backup plan, a Mars simulation right here at home. And as it grows, it returns us to the ancient promise that everyone has a path to prosperity. In my humble opinion, this vision is not science fiction. The technology already exists. 3D printing can deliver homes quickly. Renewable energy and microgrids are here. Let's think about this from a first principle mentality. The question is, do we have the courage to come together and build it? I think so. We could be starting in repurposed malls, building micro utopias, measuring everything, learning and iterating, then out in open land, then in floating communities. Eventually, an engine that can be deployed anywhere. I have been talking about this. I have been championing this idea for years, and people nod, then turn away. So this can't be done alone or by myself. We need engineers, gamers, artists, sociologists, climatologists. We need dreamers and pragmatists. We need entertainers who can tell this story, entrepreneurs who can fund it. We need intelligence. We need funds, and we need you. If this resonates with you, if the idea of universal prosperity makes your heart race, please join us. Send me an email to manuel@stringcube.com. Whether you have ideas, resources, or just passion, your contribution can help build the last invention humanity truly needs. So, what would you bring back from the future? How about a blueprint for a world where everybody wins?